Welcome to the Catamount Football Show. I'm Chris Finley. Tonight we'll be talking about last week's big win over the Rome Wolves and next week's big matchup with the River Ridge Knights. Stay tuned after these messages.
When is the last time you have compared your car, life, or health insurance cost? At Advanced Insurance Strategies, we know your time is valuable. Therefore, we have developed AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com. You can now go online anytime, anywhere, and get quick and easy quotes for your car, life, or health insurance from respected companies such as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Georgia, Assurant Health, Alliant Health Plans, and Drive Insurance from Progressive. Receive unparalleled customer service from a local insurance agency while using AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com.
Wood, and more wood. We might be known as Carpet Express, but we have over 140 wood products in stock and hundreds more to choose from. Wood from 99 cents a square foot to exotics like acacia and Brazilian cherry. Carpet Express also has thousands of rolls of vinyl flooring in stock. We offer vinyl tile, laminate, ceramic, cork, and of course, lots of carpet. So whatever your flooring needs may be, Carpet Express has you covered.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others see you.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. I'm joined now by head football coach Matt Land. Coach, congratulations on a big win against the Rome Wolves.
Thank you.
You know, I was thinking about you coming off a big win against Creekview, another must-win game with Rome coming to town, and you just wonder the team mentally if they were. You know, you just want to make sure they're capable.
Your worry was my worry. It was my worry, Friday night as soon as that game was over with, and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday watching this film. When you watch a big game, you tend to have a letdown. When you play in a big game, it's magnified even more. And so that was something Sunday as a staff we talked about. How would we prepare our guys this week? How would we get them ready? Would we put them in a situation to where do we need to go some more, extra contact? I mean, how do we kind of flush the win and a win in the last minutes? And now you're back to playing, because when we lost the Cass game, it put us in a situation where, and we told our kids every week, we're in the playoffs. We got to win every week. There's no letting down from this point on. So I think our kids, our senior leadership, did an outstanding job of responding to that challenge and just making it a reality that, hey, starting this week and finishing up, we got to finish what we start. And so it's been good.
And of course, the defense, I guess, makes it a little easier that you can lean on those guys. You got
no
the
doubt.
Defense is a very solid defense.
Well, it is, and our defense has a very unique thing about it from the standpoint of even it has been evolving. You and I have talked on Football Friday about how our offense has been evolving, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But our defense has been evolving too. We've had some guys that have kind of been stepping in some different roles due to some injuries, and so when you move one guy from inside to outside, or you take an interior lineman and make him an outside lineman or something like that, it changes a little bit of the flavor of your defense, and it changes kind of what you do. And so some of the problems that we've had has presented some great opportunities for us to kind of redefine. Maybe, Coach Bennett used to, I know when you play, he used to always say, same assignment but different alignment. And truly that's kind of become the moniker that we've looked a little bit different, but thankfully we've had the same results. Our defense has just continued to stay constant, and very proud of Coach Carpenter, Coach Thompson, Coach Lawless, Coach Bennett, Coach Rigdon. I thought they've put together 2 weeks in a row 2 very, very sound defensive strategies that kind of disregard stats and focuses more on what's that scoreboard say.
Right. And it looks like, too, the defense is substituting more guys here recently.
Yeah, if you can go back to when you and I, if we can remember that far, and to really go back as far as Coach Mayo, was playing, one of the things that we remember, you had 11 guys that started.
Right.
And, and then you had 11 guys that were second team, and you had 11 guys that were third team. That's changed now. Really, the role player has become very, very very realistic when you look at even in high school. Wasn't very long ago you'd look and a running back in the NFL was just a third down back.
Right.
Or, in college, a guy that wasn't maybe the best corner was the nickel corner.
Right.
So we kind of have that same dynamic now. We've got guys that go on the field, and they're on the field 15 plays, maybe 1 week. And the next week, they may only play 2 or 3 plays. The next week, they might play 25 plays. It's based on what we're playing, and I've said this time and time again. One of the things that Coach Chaplin and I learned from him was offensively, you are what you are. We've never been a scheme.
Right.
We're not a spread team. We're not an I team. Right now, we're a little bit of both because that's kind of what we got, a little bit of both. Defensively, that's really not true anymore. Defensively, you are what you play. And when you're playing, 9 out of the first 10 games we're going to play are going to be spread teams, you got to play a spread-type defense, and that is based on you got to be getting people on and off the field to be sure you're ready for the fourth quarter, because that's all they're trying to do. They're trying to pour water on a rock and just try to wear you down as you go through the game.
All right, let's go to the offensive side of the ball. Offensive line finally get 2 games in a row with the same starting
finally,
up.
2 games after this many games, 6 games, finally we're able to get the same lineup in there.
Yeah, and I thought the offensive line, they seem, and the offense in general just seems to, you could see it coming around. They're looking pretty good, Coach.
Well, thank you. And you kind of get to week 6, and I think you kind of know now, like I said, we grew up a lot those weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5. The off week was tremendously beneficial to us. It allowed us to really kind of refocus. We had some injuries early on to our quarterbacks, and it didn't really allow us to transition from Jace to these guys that we're using right now as quickly. And so now we're kind of in that flow. And I think, your offensive line, I think your offense in general, it's always looking for a leader. And, it's just hard for a quarterback to not be the leader. So whether he's a sophomore, whether he's a junior, whether he's a senior or a freshman, first year, multi-year starter, it don't matter. The quarterback vicariously is going to be the leader on some level. JP's done an outstanding job of stepping into that role and kind of taking ownership of that. The other thing you look at with leadership is how well do people respond. And I'm very, very proud of our offensive line. Our offensive line has some leaders in it as well that you spoke to earlier. And those guys have stepped up and really got involved in the game plan and the execution. And then obviously you always look at your playmakers. Everybody wants the ball. And if they don't want the ball, they shouldn't be a playmaker. But what you do know is the guys that want the ball, the ones that are successful, when they do get it, you got to keep giving it to them. Kind of happened last week with Drake. He kind of got in a groove. We saw that again this week with Drake. But at the same time, you look at Kyrick McGowan. What Kyrick is doing right now, it's phenomenal. He's just he's helping us at wide receiver, turns around and helps us at running back, and then he's playing every down on defense. So like I said, we got some real special guys that are out there on the perimeter, and Tyler Nolan's just consistent.
And of course, the mental toughness of a 3-hour rain delay, and coming back. You just never know what you're going to get when they come back out.
Listen, that's exactly right. And I think if you were to look at, when I look at this game and I think about exactly where was this game won, was it the big plays in the beginning? Was it coming in at halftime with a lead? I think the difference was our leadership, our seniors and our coaching staff. When we came in the locker room and these guys, we were on videos as soon as they got in here, and quarterback club did an outstanding job. They went and got some fruit, brought some fruit in here so we could kind of keep the guys' energy level up. And the frustrating part about that is sitting in here, and every 20 minutes somebody's coming in and saying, well, guys, it's 30 more minutes. Guys, it's 30 more minutes. And we did that basically about 7 times. And finally, I remember going outside and just saying, I don't want anybody to tell us how much longer it's going to be. When we're ready to go, y'all come tell me and give us warning. So our coaches did an outstanding job of keeping them focused with some board work that we were doing. We got off in some huddles and worked together. We watched video because we now have this sideline replay system that we're able to use. And we even went as far as we changed uniforms. We were just looking for anything to take up 3 hours. But very, very proud of our leadership and our coaches kind of keeping us focused. And I felt like that was going to be the difference in the game.
Absolutely. Of course, Dalton, your staff and the players handled the adversity well, and Rome, I don't believe, did not. So big difference in the game and a big win.
No doubt. And I think when you look at the whole situation, at the end of the day, what it really came down to, the maturity of some of our players, the experience of our coaching staff, being able to keep these guys focused and keep them in a position to where when we came out of this locker room, we knew we had to play for 17 minutes. And nothing else mattered. It didn't matter what had gone on for 3 hours before. We had to win those 17 minutes. So I'm very, very proud of those guys.
All right, y'all stick around for more Catamount football.
Wednesday, the weekday that's always a winner. O'Charlie's Free Pie Wednesday. A free slice with any entree. For a limited time, try our fresh baked pumpkin pie. Every Wednesday at O'Charlie's.
Life moves fast, and we need to move fast to keep up. But if your internet is slow, it can really slow you down. Isn't it time you tried OptiLink? We have just increased our already fast internet speeds to 25, 50, 75, and 100 megabits without increasing the price. And all of these lightning fast speeds come with 10 megabit upload speeds. OptiLink is your hometown connection for TV, internet, and telephone. Call us today at 706-529-1313.
The Oakwood Cafe is fired up. It's football season once again. We can't wait to see our area teams compete and hopefully make the playoffs. Natalie Dean and our legendary catering staff are standing by to make your tailgate or corporate event a huge success. Do not let this fall pass you by without trying a pancake as big as your head or the best chicken tenders to ever touch your lips. The Oakwood Cafe, where great food is served with a smile.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. It's now time for our players segment. If you would, gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jake Brock. I'm a junior, and I play center, and I'm number 52.
I'm Diego Campos. I play left guard, and I'm number 67.
Diego, you sure of your number, 67, is that right? All right, gentlemen. Diego, let's talk a little bit about Friday night. It was the second time this year that the offensive line had the same starting lineup. Talk to us a little bit about settling in on the offensive line.
I mean, at first we had a little bit of trouble first half, and when we came back second half, I think we had to kind of settled in a little bit to what was going on.
And it looks like the offensive line, too, starting to find the rhythm and getting synced up. And just that's part of playing the offensive line is you get better as the season goes, and you're getting, obviously, more playing time and more experience.
Yes, it's been good to play with all my fellow teammates and the O-line. It's been a good experience.
Talk to me about dealing with the 3-hour rain delay Friday night.
I mean, it was a little bit hard just to come back in and settle down and then go back out there and play. But after we got into the motion of it, it was okay.
Now, you've also played some defense in the past?
Yes, last year I played defensive tackle.
Were you part of the negotiations to get you to the offensive side of the ball?
I was not a part of it.
You did. You had no say.
No, it's kind of happened.
You do. Hey, you got to do what you got to do for the team.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Brock. You're playing center now. Is that right? You settled in.
Sir.
You played several positions on the offensive line.
Sir. Played guard also.
You also have played some guard.
Sir.
All right. Settling in at the center position. You like it?
Yes, sir. Just a little bit more pressure than guard.
Making calls.
Sir.
All right, and of course, y'all are in shotgun sometimes too. And then got somebody lined up on you. I know that could probably be distracting.
Yes, sir.
All right, now this is your first year starting, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to me a little bit about the Rome game. It looked like a couple big plays earlier. Rome looked like they made some adjustments, but then came back out after the rain delay and really leaned on the running game, and you guys stepped up.
Sir, they just came out and just came out slow, and we were able to just pound the ball and drive in and score.
Helps when you got a big back there behind you.
Sir.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys being on the show today, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you for having us.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. It's time for another player segment. If you would, introduce yourself.
I'm Travis Nielsen, number 16. I'm a senior and I play outside backer, strong safety.
So I guess you move your position changes on different players or formations that they come out with?
Yeah, depending on the formation, I'm either back at strong safety or if we're in cover 2 or I'm outside backer, just moving around depending on what they're in.
Do you prefer one or the other?
I like being back at safety so I can move up and it's easier to read the play from back there and see what's going on, make the play.
And probably sneak a better hit in or something like that? Yeah, I could see it in your eyes. That's what you were thinking. All right, let's talk about Rome a little bit. Of course, Coach Landis talked about the defense kind of leaning on you guys earlier this season, more experienced, and while the offense kind of found themselves, and it looks like they are finding themselves. But you guys are the big brothers on the team. And with your perimeters, you got on the perimeters, you got a pretty solid defense there. Talk to me a little bit about your defense.
Oh, yes, sir. We know it's like, as a defense, we've had more returning starters and stuff. We know it's kind of our responsibility to like hold them to as like a minimum amount of points as possible. But like it's a team effort, so we're just trying to stay positive if we're not driving the ball. And I mean, they always end up making plays, big plays happen. We're just doing our job, like trying to.
All right, and Rome came in here. That they got a lot of good athletes.
Yes, sir.
Got a quarterback, and they're letting him run around and throw it a good bit. And of course, offenses are throwing it around a little bit more. Talk to me about the Rome's offense.
Well, the film we watched, they pretty much just were running up the middle. There's a lot of run plays, not much pass plays. So we prepared a lot for the run. And we had a pretty good game plan coming into the game, but they threw a lot more passes than we were expecting once we got in the game because we pretty much had the run, like we just bottled it up. But they had some good athletes and they made some plays, but we're just trying to do our assignments.
Y'all came off a big win, a must win, and come home to another must win. So the team, they looked like they were ready to play.
Yes, so we're just trying to stay focused because we know we got to win. each week and stay focused, not get ahead of ourselves, because we know the main goal right now is the region championship and just trying to stay focused on the next game, because each game we have to win.
All right, now I'm a defensive guy. Okay, I played defense.
Yeah.
What does a defensive guy do on a 3-hour rain delay? I got to know.
It was hard, just like everyone, the adrenaline just went down when we got in the locker room. It was just a long wait, but you just got to
and then, of course, you get one update, and then it gets pushed back, and
yeah.
it keeps continuing. So it's kind of hard to ramp yourself back up to get ready, but obviously y'all did a good job getting ready to go back out.
Yes, sir. I was starting to think, like, if the game's ever going to start back up, if we're going to have to go home and replay on Saturday or something. But once we got out there, everybody's emotion got going, and it was fun playing in the mud, and it was a fun time.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming on the Catamount Football Show.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned for more Catamount Football.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
On Friday night, October 23rd, come down and paint the town red in support of Dalton Public Schools. Everyone 21 and older is welcome to join the festivities under the Big Top on the green space by the tracks in downtown Dalton. Lights and music will show the way. Tickets may be purchased in advance online at daltonred.eventbrite.com or at the Dalton Depot. The Dalton Education Foundation is proud to partner with these great sponsors for a fun evening to support excellence in our public schools.
I'm Charles Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles Hicks Jr.
At Transformers, we use the latest diagnostics, AC, brake, and tune-up equipment and have a complete transmission remanufacturing facility.
Rest assured, here at Transformers, you're getting the best technicians with the latest equipment and the most up-to-date vehicle repair data on all foreign and domestic automobiles.
Don't just trust anyone with your automobile. Come to Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialist.
When we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee we can make it go.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. It's now time for the coaches segment. Joining me is Adam Long, Dalton High School's wide receiver football coach.
Right.
All right, talk to me a little bit about your role on the coaching staff.
Well, as a receivers coach, I've got a rather large group of kids that I coach. Just throughout the week, well, on Sundays we help prepare the game plan, all of us as a staff, as an offensive staff, and then throughout the week just preparing and trying to implement the game plan to each one of our receivers. And then on Friday nights, I'm in charge mostly of substitutions and making sure we've got the right players on the field at the right time and make sure we got the right numbers on the field.
I understood that. And that today, running no huddle and then huddling off and on, I know that can be a challenge a lot of times too.
Definitely.
Getting the right players on the field sometimes. Talk to me, I know y'all had an injury too that you had to have players ready to step up. That's part of it.
Right.
How about coaching in a situation, getting a kid ready too?
Well, we kind of came to that earlier in the year. We lost one of our better receivers, more experienced receiver, Zeke Cobb, early in the year to a knee injury, and we kind of had to throw Tyler Nolan in a situation which he wasn't really prepared maybe to play the whole game. We put him in at the R position, and he really did phenomenal. Darian Hill, we've gotten him kind of later in the season as he's making the switch now, and he's really playing all three positions in our receiving corps. So when they come to me, I make sure that they know how to line up, where to line up, and we try to get the maximum effort from them as far as their assignment goes. And if we feel we can get all three of those things, that we've got a good shot to be successful on the perimeter.
And of course, wide receivers had a good night against Rome Friday night.
We did.
A couple big plays.
We did.
Talk to me about those plays, if you will.
Well, the first play, Carrick runs a slant route, and the safeties are playing levels across the hashes and on the numbers, and it didn't really look good at first, and J.P. Tighe made a great read, and he saw the safety freeze, and he just threw it where they weren't, and Carrick ran where they weren't, and next thing you know, we've got 6 points. And then Nolan ran one of the best post routes or read routes, whatever you want to call it, that really any of my receivers have run, and he got past the safety, and JP hit him on a beautiful ball, and we're 70 yards in a cloud of dust.
Of course, the receivers, we always want to talk about catching, but also Dalton's always just been a running football team, and of course blocking is a big part of that.
Definitely.
My brother is well known for a blocking wide receiver for Dalton.
I'm sure he was great.
Yeah, so I know y'all work hard in the running game too, and getting ready.
We work very hard. I always try and get their mindset on dominating the perimeter, and we want to dominate the perimeter of every opponent that we play. We feel that if we can block the perimeter, that we can turn a 12-yard gain into a 70-yard gain, and we just take a lot of pride in being able to get a body on somebody. And in a perfect world, we like to get them on the ground as much as we can, but there's a lot of technique that is involved in what we do, and it's been a process, but we've gotten there.
Of course, those guys are important out there blocking on all plays. Drake, he bounces them out sometimes, right. And Rome on a few plays there had some good wide receivers, had some good blocks on, and we're able to get some good runs in on the edge.
Definitely. You were talking about coaching adjustments early in the game. Their defensive ends did something we didn't see in film, and when they did this, our tailbacks have the opportunity to either cut upfield or bounce, and this was an adjustment we had to make on the fly, but how we were blocking their outside linebacker or their safety, we really had to kind of adjust so that we had space to run the football. And it's just a really important part of our job, and the kids do a great job of adjusting.
Do your guys have side adjustments on the field, or is it as in hot route, or is it a verbal adjustment from JP? Or a verbal?
I can't give our secrets away.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, I forget.
It's like a cooking recipe. A great magician never reveals his secrets. I'll be fired.
Okay, I understand. If you would, give me some insight on your family.
Well, this summer I got married to Kristen Brown, now Kristen Long, obviously. She's a Catamount great, and just starting our family.
Okay, right. Played Dalton basketball.
She did.
And then she went on to play
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest.
Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned for more Football Catamount Show.
When is the last time you have compared your car, life, or health insurance cost? At Advanced Insurance Strategies, we know your time is valuable. Therefore, we have developed AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com. You can now go online anytime, anywhere, and get quick and easy quotes for your car, life, or health insurance from respected companies such as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Georgia, Assurant Health, Alliant Health Plans, and Drive Insurance from Progressive. Receive unparalleled customer service from a local insurance agency while using AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com.
Wood, and more wood. We might be known as Carpet Express, but we have over 140 wood products in stock and hundreds more to choose from. Wood from 99 cents a square foot to exotics like acacia and Brazilian cherry. Carpet Express also has thousands of rolls of vinyl flooring in stock. We offer vinyl tile, laminate, ceramic, cork, and of course, lots of carpet. So whatever your flooring needs may be, Carpet Express has you covered.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others see you.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. Coach, it's now time for the highlights.
Best part of the show.
That's exactly right.
Well, you kind of see right here, a captain's going out, and I tell you, you don't have to look long to see they've got some athletes. I mean, they've got some boy dogs on that side of the field.
Look good on the hoof, as you would say.
They do, that's exactly right. And I tell you, just a great night for football. I mean, started out, finally we get a little bit of crisp air out there, and the pads are going to start sounding good again. But, you know, this the band, once again, just a great job that they do. And start out here on offense, and you're going to see that this is an amazing maturity in this young man. First of all, great speed. I don't know if you'd ever see a day where you're going to outrun guys like that. But that's a testimony to Coach Thompson and our off-season conditioning. He's building the best athletes that we can right now. Very, very proud. But you look, watch him clear. He holds on to it, throws it right in the window. And once he catches that, it's off to the races. And I'm telling you, this is their best cover corner, according to Coach Reed in the paper. And he runs away from him. And like I said, just he is a big-time player for us, getting a lot of looks by colleges right now. Love seeing the excitement out of his teammates. Had a very solid night out of our snappers as well this week. And, handling that ball, that's a tough job. Yeah, I know you know that. Here you see them. They did a great job of spreading the ball from the perimeter. Now, one of our guys talked earlier about the fact they threw the ball a lot more than what we thought they were going to.
Right.
If you actually look at the play count, they had the ball 73 times compared to our 41 times. And that is a huge, huge lopside. Big hit right there. Great job by Harrison Norman, who I'll talk a little bit more about later on. You'll see a little something that happens to him. Come back right here, and once again, he get a good pressure out of the pocket. Great job right there. Colton Fromm, Matt Cook, those guys coming up. So we stop them, force a punt. Get a great kick right here and one that we can field. But they had faked 2 or 3 punts during the season. Once again, you see some of this sideline technology that we talk about. And you see these guys coming out now on offense. Great job right there. Jake Brock, you see him out. He's a center pulling. Very, very rare. We're one of the few teams. But, of course, Keith Adams comes out there. He's like a bullet out of a gun. And they're just a great job getting Drake out on the perimeter. So we come back and run a little counter play right here. He gets flushed out. Great team speed. Good job of Sam Stepp out on the perimeter tying up the ball. One more look at it real quick. Andrew Williams comes around. Just a great job our offensive line did the other night, adjusting to some of the things that they were. And, that's the thing we have to do. So we flipped the ball over. Great job by Ivan Moore kicking it away. Once again, we had a solid game out of Nick Faulkner in our ends. They moved the ball down and get the ball down into our, scoring, and they certainly had a guy that could kick it, but they decided to go for it here. So they keep going at it, and once again, a great job of Coach Carpenter blitzing in Harrison Norman. And once again, you see Jake Myers, who's just a great senior, great leader, one of those guys I talked about. At halftime, he was the hall monitor. He did a great job. So we end the first quarter 7-0. So they've got the ball, 2nd and 12. They try to run a reverse, and a great job of Nick Faulkner staying at home. And Jace, when you got speed, you don't have to play it perfect every time. They come out and try to throw the ball. We get hands up. Great job of trip drill right there. So now we come back, and this right here, 3rd down play, we're going to see this again because it's going to go fast. Once again, another guy running away from their guys, just phenomenal. Tyler Nolan, this is his route. This is one of our passing lead routes. In fact, Coach Napier has titled it the Noli instead of it being a read route. But he just looks at that free safety and goes where he's not, makes a little cut, and once again, our young quarterback just puts it out there like a loaf of bread.
And he looks very composed back there.
Oh, very composed. And takes the ball and goes, I think it's 81 yards or 86. I forget which one. Once again, just so excited. And you'll see these guys, they pull for each other. And once again, good snap, good kick, good hold. And like I said, that's a good combination. So 14-0, we're feeling pretty good right now. Freshman kicker comes in, Ivan Moore. And, they had some dangerous guys returning these punts. So anytime we could kick it, we wanted to. Once again, a great job right there by, I think that was Nick Faulkner that got his hand. No, Jake Myers gets his hands up. No, Travis Nielsen. So you talked to Travis earlier.
Right.
Great job there. Travis getting us up on the blitz right there. So just a great job right there of being aware. Boy, just a great pump there.
This defense has probably got more headhunters. We've got some hitters for sure.
They enjoy the physical part of the game, and our game plan has been very simply all year.
Great play here. Great play.
Not? And Max Maynard, he's not in there for his rush capabilities. You can tell he's a space eater. But those guys, when in fact we were kidding him, he got a fat and nasty right here. When we pulled that guy down, I mean, he literally gets him on his fingertips.
That's hand strength right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's more weight room stuff. And I tell you, very, very proud of that young man right there. He has become a real force for us. Great to see that authentic emotion too. Now this right here, this is a play right here, and it's kind of a funny thing. And maybe if we see it again, he fumbles it in the end zone, and because of that, it has to go in, and the sidelines, the cone is in the end zone and out of bounds at the same time. So because it hit the pylon, it's considered basically a touchback. Well, but they contended that the ball went out prior to it hitting the pylon, that it actually almost kind of went out and came back in. So that's kind of a little bit quick explanation of why they got the ball there instead of a touchback. So they come back and run a little inside zone and caught us basically out of position. And once again, just a great job by Rome taking advantage of the momentum. So 151 left. We don't do anything with the ball and have to kick it back to them and give it to them basically at midfield. Good job of Travis Nielsen getting down and covering.
Solid special teams really all year long, Coach.
Really has been, and our coaches work really, really hard with that and letting these guys and our players do, and that's why we call it special teams. So now we're going to go in at the half up 14-9, not knowing what's about to come, but we'll be back after these messages.
You've got an hour for lunch. Make it count. O'Charlie's Free Pie Wednesday, a free slice with any entree. For a limited time, try our fresh baked pumpkin pie.
I have insurance.
Every Wednesday at O'Charlie's.
Life moves fast, and we need to move fast to keep up. But if your internet is slow, it can really slow you down. Isn't it time you tried OptiLink? We have just increased our already fast internet speeds to 25, 50, 75, and 100 megabits without increasing the price. And all of these lightning fast speeds come with 10 megabit upload speeds. OptiLink is your hometown connection for TV, internet, and telephone. Call us today at 706-529-1313.
The Oakwood Cafe is fired up. It's football season once again. We can't wait to see our area teams compete and hopefully make the playoffs. Natalie Dean and our legendary catering staff are standing by to make your tailgate or corporate event a huge success. Do not let this fall pass you by without trying a pancake as big as your head or the best chicken tenders to ever touch your lips. The Oakwood Cafe, where great food is served with a smile.
All right, welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. We've gone into half. Now it's time to come back out for the second half, Coach.
That's right. That's right. For the first time. We're going to go in and come out for the first time. We kick off to them. They get a great return out to almost about a little beyond the 50-yard line. And Matt Cook does an outstanding job right here, just getting his hands up. As you've seen that happen now twice. And this time, Kyrick comes in, literally sliding into second base and makes the interception.
Great athletic play.
Absolutely. And, this is what you want. You want to steal a series from somebody. And this right here, we got to steal a series right here from them. They had planned on having that ball, taking it, scoring. Great job. We don't do anything with it offensively. Like I said, they were a great front. And like I said, they were doing something a little bit different to us. Touches Jordan there, so therefore it's actually down at midfield. They take it and move the ball with a couple of first downs, and then the defense does what it does best. They just toughen up once it gets to where it matters. And so once again, just those guys, you'll see it right here. And just a great job right there. Read a little quick screen and kind of preoccupied. Come back here and they run what we call a tunnel screen, and just a great hit. You see these guys.
How many red shirts are around the ball?
Hey, what is it you guys say up here in Knoxville? A host of what? A host of catamounts. But once again, just love seeing Travis come. He's a headhunter, and those guys really, really get after it. So they come back right here, and just a great job right there. Yeah. He is a ball hawk. A lot of colleges really like that aspect about him. In fact, one of the things about him is, does he need to play corner or does he need to play safety? Because last year, even though he led the state in interceptions, he still had 67 tackles. That's pretty good for a shutdown corner.
Right.
So now 4th and 15, we're trying to keep them behind the sticks right here, and they come back and just a great job once again right there. Matt Cook tipping the ball away. Glad that ball's underthrown, because instead of getting it at the 11, we get to bring it back to the 25.
And Cook's been solid all year long as well, Coach.
Oh, no doubt.
Great defensive football player.
Yeah, absolutely. And we come back and we just decided at halftime we was going to just go ahead and start attacking the perimeter and try to force them to get out of that box best we can. And once again, we had a couple of good plays there, but we just couldn't punch it in. And once again, at this point, possessions, you got to just not hurt yourself. And so we didn't want to force anything there. Wind up kicking it away. And what's a great job right here at Carrick on a short third down right here. He comes up, pulls the ball away, sits right on it. They've done that 2 or 3 times. I'm sorry, second down. And once again, just a great job right there.
2 great corners, rarity
That's
in high
right.
school.
And then the rain comes.
Yeah.
Or the lightning, I'm sorry.
Right.
So I
Right.
know that's not static on your TV. It's not time to get a new TV yet. Of course, the people are probably mad at me down at Sears. But you see our field. This field is just phenomenal to be this old. Now, you see a new team coming
Right.
out, at least
Right.
appearance-wise. We decided that while we were inside, we would put on some dry uniforms. No, it did not rain yet, but these are kind of our wet weather uniforms, and so we put these things on to be ready. And once again, the game changed here. They went from passing the ball 34 times to now you got to run the ball. That ball doesn't get in the air very well when it's wet.
Right.
And our guys are made for adversity. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's been so long since we've had a normal week. We don't know what it looks like. And
Right.
man, I hope we show this one again. Matt Cook fires off on him. I mean, lights him up when he comes through the middle. And you'll see it right here. It's a little delayed blitz. He picks the ball up. Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, he just knocks a dog out of it. Of course, man, that's excitement. You got to have that on defense.
Right.
You're a defensive player. You
Right.
know that.
Exactly.
So they kicked the ball down, and we decided we was going to let the ball hit the ground and run. I wasn't going to take a chance on it. They
Huge
decide
play.
now
Huge
to come
play.
back and try to return it. They were looking for a big play. Jordan McKinney gets down there and makes a big hit on the play, and Tucker Sumner hustling down the field gets on the ball. Just phenomenal. That's that play. Boom, puts his
Right.
helmet right on
Right.
it. I mean, right on it. And then we got 3 guys right there. That's just hustle and effort. And my hat's off to these guys. And once again, now the offense knows it's our time. They give you the ball back. You got to go punch the ticket now.
That's right.
Get a little extra time over there, and thought we'd give Drake a bath. And so they put him down over there. You see our line doing a great job. Push him down over there in the mud. And then this is the great thing about Carrick. We put him in, and he's a whole different kind of back.
Right.
And we get the ball down to the 3-yard line. And now we're going to flip it, get down to the other side, and you're going to see one of the great runs right here. He just hits, just keeps spinning, keeps moving his feet. Once again, more off-season time, man. Just a great job right there. Good job by Coach Smith coaching that up. Great block right there by Rashawn Mack. He bends him inside when he slants inside, and Carrick does a great job of reading off his butt. And once again, a wet ball, wet snap, wet hole, wet kick. Just a great job out of Jordan McKinney, Marshall Phillips, and Shuri Hintanda.
Of course, here's a host. Look at the red.
Yeah, and they wasn't wanting to run the ball at this much. I mean, at this point, you could smell a little bit of the blood in the water, and they come back right here, and just a great job right there. And I tell you, I've watched him watch Jordan McKinney in practice, and this is something that Jordan just does phenomenal. Just at that last minute, getting that hand up there and flicking the ball away. And so we get the ball back, they kick it down, we let it run on the ground again, just hoping they'll get their balls just as muddy and wet as we can. And here's where our defense, here's where they start acting like Big Brother again. I mean, they know that right now we got to have a big stop. And that clock's ticking, and you're not going to score quick in weather like that.
Right.
And Jace Chastain, Jamel Darville, just a great job. And then, once again, just Harrison Norman, who played with, I mentioned earlier, he dislocated his finger. It came through the skin, took it over to his dad, pulled that sucker out, taped it back up. He's back in 5 plays.
Wow.
Great job right here. Maddox Houghton comes in and tackles the way you talk about in practice. Whips those arms up, kids. That's why we say that. Whip your arms and balls will come out.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened right there. You'll see it. Watch, he comes from the free safety, though. Comes all the way up. Jordan holds the corner. Exactly what you want. I mean, that's as perfect as it gets right there. And once again, then you got Nick Faulkner, you got Max Maynard, you got those guys. So now it's time for the offense.
Yes.
And once again, these guys, you can't do those kind of things extracurricularly. And
Right.
I know we watch it on Sundays and we watch even sometimes on Saturday. We're not allowed to do that. and that's going to get you a penalty. And what happens? It winds up keeping a drive alive.
Right.
And here you're going to see, he gets down the field, and they say that the ball was out of bounds here. The ball was never taken possession of, and because it was never controlled, then the ball is out where it goes out at. And you'll see it right here. But great counter right there. Andrew Williams comes over here and just, like I said, opens up the hole. And once again, great speed down the sidelines. And like I said, great job. Really, Tyler Nolan's the cause of that. I mean, he goes down there and knocks it out of bounds.
Right.
That was key right there. And then, what do? You come back, and if a guy's got you there, you got to let him. You got to let him make the play. And like I said, great tackle and good snap and hold.
The holder made a heck of a play there.
He did. We almost called that a completion. So it was a high. And now you see Big Max in there, and right there's where we call it the Big Nasty, and Ja'Cory Stewart. Fergie, those guys just did a fabulous job in there. And at this point, they're just, it is what it is. The range just beats you down.
This second and third level of this defense is, it might be as talented as we've had.
And big, it is a big hit right here. Watch Matt Cook come off the corner. Coach did a great job of calling this blitz, and he fire blitzes right into it and kisses him right in the mouth.
Don't call that one anymore, Coach.
No, that's one where the quarterback says, please, are you serious? And like I said, now it's a matter of we're just going to sit on the ball, run with both hands covering the ball, and just eat the clock up.
And turn it over to the offensive line here in your
That's
backs.
exactly right. Let those big old hairy guys, just let them do their deal. And when it gets to this point, when it's that kind of rain, and then you bring in your jumbos, and those guys just they pride themselves. They wanted that right there. They wanted to take that ball and get that first down. And once again, those guys have to protect themselves in that kind of situation.
It wasn't raining as hard on your sideline as it was theirs, Coach.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And like I said, that's a long ride home when you're wet and lost. But I tell you what, just my hat's off. That's a very good Rome football program. And Coach Reed, I'm sure, has got them turned around in the right direction. We'll be right back after these messages.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
I'm Charles Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles Hicks Jr.
At Transformers, we use the latest diagnostics, AC, brake, and tune-up equipment, and have a complete transmission remanufacturing facility.
Rest assured, here at Transformers, you're getting the best technicians with the latest equipment and the most up-to-date vehicle repair data on all foreign and domestic automobiles.
Don't just trust anyone with your automobile. Come to Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialist.
When we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee we can make it go.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. Coach, let's talk about next week's matchup with River Ridge Knights. They got a new coach, I understand.
They do. Coach was former offensive coordinator. So anytime you have a new offensive coordinator, you're thinking that they're going to run the same offense. They do not. So everything's he kind of threw everything out the door, and they've gone to a traditional spread. They've picked up a little bit on that Mouse Davis. You've heard me talk about that Tony Franklin, California type system. So they're doing a lot of that, doing a lot of empty sets with no backs in the backfield, just trying to get the ball quick, try to read you where you are. If you're vacating the hook or the curl, they're going to throw it in there if you set those guys in there. So the thing when you're playing a spread team like this, they're very patient. They're going to dink you and dunk you until they get an opportunity for a big play. So what we got to do is be sure we're covering all the zones, get a lot of fast pressure, what we call fire pressures on them, and try to get the ball out of his hand quick. When you look at them from a defensive standpoint, we kind of keep singing this song, and I hate for the fans to hear me say this all over again, but it's just the reality. We don't really know what we're going to get. Rome, each week, people are doing something different to us than what they've done on film. And over the long term, that kind of works to our advantage because as Coach Napier, Coach Mayo, Coach Sparks, as our line coaches, they dig down and begin to make a few little tweaks and things that we change. It's hard to respond when you're in a new type of defense. So just very, very proud of how our guys have accomplished that. So what we do is we go in each week prepared to face a 3-man front, a 4-man front, and a 5-man front. And we'll do the same thing this week. That 4-man front could be a 4-2-5, kind of like our defense. It could be a 4-3. That's what Rome tried to play the majority of the other night and had only played it probably 20 plays all year, but wound up staying in most of the night. So like I said, we're going to be prepared for all of those.
All right, Coach, what about their special teams?
Special teams, very, very sound. They're not going to beat themselves in the special teams. I believe we should get a few opportunities, though. They have a good kicker, and so with that being the case, you've kind of been watching in the stands as much as anybody. Nobody's really wanting to kick to our returners, and it's been very frustrating for Tyler, Sam Stepp, Kyrick, and those guys. We're going to try to do some things again differently this week. The rain kind of took it away from us, so we're going to try to get those guys, put the ball back in their hands, see if we can kind of get some more big plays out of our special teams.
All right, y'all stay tuned for more Catamount football.
You've got an hour for lunch. Make it count. O'Charlie's Free Pie Wednesday. A free slice with any entree. For a limited time, try our fresh baked pumpkin pie.
I have insurance.
Every Wednesday at O'Charlie's.
Life moves fast, and we need to move fast to keep up. But if your internet is slow, it can really slow you down. Isn't it time you tried OptiLink? We have just increased our already fast internet speeds to 25, 50, 75, and 100 megabits without increasing the price. And all of these lightning fast speeds come with 10 megabit upload speeds. OptiLink is your hometown connection for TV, internet, and telephone. Call us today at 706-529-1313.
Wednesday, the weekday that's always a winner. O'Charlie's Free Pie Wednesday. A free slice with any entree. For a limited time, try our fresh baked pumpkin pie. Every Wednesday at O'Charlie's.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors and everybody that gets together and makes this happen on Friday night, Coach.
We talk about it each week, and it's always a joy to talk about just the Catamount football experience. And there's so many things that that go on. There's so many different working pieces, and it sometimes takes a night like Friday night to really kind of get your arms around and see how special we have it here at Dalton. You really got to see the unison of the family working together. Our band just doing a fabulous job, staying with us and being out there. And they had a band competition the next day. Cheerleaders had a cheerleading competition the next day, and they were out there cheering on. And of course, our fans that weathered it, staying out there and just getting soaking wet. I think they're all up under the press box at one time. But the big people that make it work. Though is the players. And I tell you, I've not taken the opportunity this year to really think. I really appreciate our players. These guys conducted themselves in an age of immaturity and in an age of just not being serious about a lot of things. These guys were about their business on Friday night. And I'm going to tell you, when we came in here, I could see the hunger in their eyes. And I'm going to tell you something, all the mom and dads know out there, when you got a 15, 16-year-old, they got to sit around with 3 hours of dead time. That ain't a fun time for them, and it ain't a fun time for you. And I was about ready to pull my hair out, but I tell you, these guys stayed on the task. Our leadership did a good job. Like I said, our assistant coach is just phenomenal. I mean, just did an outstanding job. I think the seniority and the years of experience in our coaching staff showed in that, because they did a great job giving the guys some free space, kind of to open up,
right.
But at the same time bringing them back. And then, the quarterback club, just the way that they were there in conjunction with our needs. I mean, they helped us with getting the uniforms. They helped us with, like I said, going and getting some fruit for us. Somebody brought us an internet hub. Our internet went down during that, so we had to jump onto another internet, which I don't think Coach Chappell ever thought about that back in his day. They had to worry about internet at halftime. But like I said, just a lot of people working together, and it was just fabulous. It really was.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving pieces, especially you find out, like you said, what we're really made of.
Absolutely.
3-hour rain delay and people stepping up all over to make sure the team has what they need.
No doubt. And the thing I think that we always tend to do, we always tend to take things for granted, and that's why I'm thankful God gives us some bad weather or whatever it might be, to just kind of show us that, hey, this thing in Dalton, this doggone pretty special. Right. And it's often duplicated, and often imitated, all those things, but it can't be created. It's real, and like I said, I'm just proud to be a part of the Dalton High football family.
All right, thank you for this opportunity. Let me come back and be a part of it.
Fabulous job.
I appreciate it, Coach, and big shoes to fill here for Coach Mayo.
Very, very big shoes to fill.
All right, and here we go, in his stead. See us next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.